Soul Garden.
Why does every guy cheat on you? Trust me, I know. How come girls always call you their friend? I can tell you. We'll talk about your strengths and we'll talk about emotions. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Check out yours at secretsofbirthdays.com. Namaste. Welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your karmic story together this week. Well, this week we are wrapping up the sun in Leo. That's the I love state of awareness emanating from our heart chakra. We're going to go from step 25 to being tested at step 29. We also have a full moon this week. And at the end of the week, the sun shifts into IB Virgo, the most real sign of all 12 signs. Now, emotionally, it starts off a little conservative. On Sunday and Monday, the moon is in Capricorn, but then the moon goes to a full moon status in Aquarius Tuesday, Wednesday. Then things get kind of slippery, sloppy in Pisces Thursday, Friday, and then this weekend it gets intense again with the moon crossing that T-square. The moon signs most affected are the Capricorn Cancer spectrum, Aquarius Leo during the full moon, Pisces Virgo, and of course next weekend the Aries and Libras will be running around the planet. Now looking at orbits, man, most emotions will affect crown and third eye this week, but at the end of the week the moon does go all the way down back to the root chakra, so you might have fears of survival on the weekend. Other planets affected, of course, are our solar plexus with Jupiter, but Mercury has now moved up to the heart chakra, which means that thoughts can affect your heart. Your mind can go the wrong direction and suddenly break your heart. So be careful, mind does lead to heartache if not well managed. Now looking at the planets, the same old corporates are here. For one, the soul pyramid in water, a grand trine between Neptune, Saturn, and that party down in Cancer. Now that does get struck when the moon crosses Neptune in Pisces later this week. Of course, we have a full moon on Tuesday, Wednesday. That is a tug of war between the sun and the earth and the moon, and that will mean literally a detachment moment where you have to let go of the things you don't love so you can embrace the things you do love. Also, that T-square. Oh, what fun it is to ride, right? Well, the moon is going to cross over Uranus this weekend, and that's going to really light up this T-square. In each of your horoscopes, I'll describe what that means for you. Here you can see the moon crossing over the Earth right before it hits the solar pyramid. So the full moon is pretty intense. It hits us, makes us pull apart, and then the moon crosses that solar pyramid right away, forcing us to kind of update those emotions immediately. Well, let's take the ascension elevator up, shall we, and take a bird's eye view of you.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, Officer Scopio and Scopio Risings, and welcome to 33,000 feet for a bird's eye view of you. We've got several stories in play right now. Most importantly, career and legacy. The Scorpios and Scorpio Risings are stepping into a more heartfelt power where their heart is the center of all their decisions. That's the root of this, is making decisions based on the heart, despite all of the Scorpio fears of, being hurt or falling into the old patterns or being betrayed. It is difficult to trust again, but you are the kings and queens of trust and the ones really who can do it. So this week, stepping into a new heart-based career decision legacy, and this may actually be you stepping into a new legacy. Another story, of course, deals with Saturn in your sign, which has been in your sign since November of last year, 2012. This is you reinventing your ego, and the story moves forward this week with creating peace with yourself, ending the old battles, and moving forward and attempting peace with the world. These, of course, probably people who have betrayed. Also, that change of ego and the change of action and the change of what fights you will fight and not fight directly relate to your proportion or ability to have your own personal dreams come true, and they also tie into your overall beliefs and learning, which is expanding right now at a rapid rate. Then lastly, the moment, living in peace in the moment, having a happy lifestyle, not working yourself to death. This is part of Uranus in Aries, also working for Scorpios and Scorpio risings. And this, unfortunately, is in a T-square, which is going back and forth between thoughts and beliefs. So your moment can be beaten up by your mind and your philosophies if you're not managing your moment more carefully. So as we start off, we're in chapter 3 of Sun in Leo. And you're moving into the part what I call leadership. This is what Capricorns do coming out of the womb. They are natural born leaders, even though they may not deserve the power, they are. And this is where you're going into your campaigning, your directions for power, and overall, the legacy of your career. The planets will move from step 25 to step 29 this week. That means you'll move from kind of intuitive, making sure you're on the right path on Sunday, all the way to being tested on your career choices Thursday night. Friday, we move into Virgo, and you shift to your social relationships and reputation. Mars and Jupiter are working hard in the background of Cancer to push forward your new belief and your life purpose and where you're changing your life. So Jupiter is going to help you heal from all wounds and attachments to old failures or ignorance or things like that, and you'll move forward with the new beliefs also. Then, like I said, Saturn in your sign, calling for peace at step 6 to be made with yourself. This is your ego that's changing. And so when it comes to your ego, it's time to make peace with the old battles, admit where you have lost so you can move on to winning the wars that really matter or the battles that really matter, etc. Really, it's really about not battling anymore, putting out kind of a conscious wave that people shouldn't screw with you. That's really what the ego will end up doing in the end when it gets to chapter 3. So last week, the real turning point was Thursday, and that was because there was a quantum breakthrough, hopefully probably information around career, information about what choices to make with legacy, and from that point through the weekend, a lot of meditation on what's next. This week, you start with that meditation on Sunday. The moon will be in Capricorn, making you very pensive, kind of lighting up that whole thoughts versus theory debate inside of you. Could cause some, upset stomach or disruption of inner faith, just so you know. But at the end of the day, Sunday's about meditating on what your heart really wants. Monday is also about moving forward with career and meditating with what your heart really wants. Again, the moon in Capricorn making you very pensive, putting you in a great place to articulate or negotiate, but maybe not so much feeling 100%. Then on Tuesday, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and the sun will click to 27 degrees. This is the day to make your career move, and unfortunately, with a full moon in Aquarius, Scorps and Scorp risings will feel like sleeping in and staying in bed. That's because the moon is calling for you to feel secure, and it's emotionally pulling you into the idea of staying secure. So whatever isn't secure could cause a lot of anxiety on this day, and ultimately, this is the universe saying to pull back and take care of yourself, which means to pull away from career agendas that you shouldn't be emotionally attached to. So the full moon is really a tug of war between your attachments to certain your attachments to career agendas, and really your need to take care of yourself and picking the highest priorities as a result. So you want to take action on Tuesday with career. Take action, that means go for the job, give notice, literally put it into motion. On Wednesday, you're holding space for that. Still feeling like nesting and resting, still feeling like calling in sick probably and not going to work. Then on Thursday, this is the test. So the test meaning you'll wonder if they take your bid, or there's a backlash to, you giving notice, or, the universe basically kind of hiccups a little bit at you trying to change your destiny and legacy. Everything else will be hiccuping too, so to speak. It's a test of everything. Now with the moon moving into the house of Pisces, or inner child, you will be vulnerable on this test. Your inner child will be vulnerable. Your heart will feel on the line. And this is where your ego needs to put down the fights with other people, or put down the old fights with yourself, and use that same energy that fought to stand up for the inner child, to stand up for your hopes and dreams, and to stand behind your personal beliefs. That is the shift on Thursday. Then on Friday, it's the 0 degree, the only day of the month that is ruled by Scorpio and by Pluto. It's 0 means 0. It's a no man's land, kind of living in that half twilight energy of life, which is where Scorpios always live as well. So you'll be feeling pretty good when the rest of the planet feels really off. And this is a day where I see Scorpios walk around the planet feeling just fine. It's because it's your ruling planet ruling. Now, emotionally, your inner child is lit up, so I think you're going to feel sunny and childlike on this partly cloudy day for the rest of the planet. And it does mean that your focus in life is now shifting. Where you've spent 30 days recorrecting career and legacy, you will now begin the transit of how you belong in the world, or where you belong in the world. And where and how we belong is based on our heart. We're supposed to be attracted to what our heart likes, and we're supposed to ignore what we don't like. It's just that simple. But of course, human beings make it much more complicated. So as the weekend moves in, you're moving into this belonging transit, which may make you feel like you have no friends, or you're not happy with your friends, or you want friends, or you don't feel like the world gets you. I mean, these are all common kind of thoughts that come pouring through when we start an I belong transit, which is the consciousness that you're now massaging starting this weekend. So the only one last thing I want to point out is the moon moves into Aries over the weekend, which will strike that T-square, causing that ripple to happen between emotions, thoughts, philosophies. So this weekend, as you're, maybe feeling alone, like no one understands you, you might also be creating a lot of drama in your own head on your own. All right? So coming back down to earth real quick, you've only got one more week to buy a Serious Joy reading with me for $99.99. This is where we can get on cam, Skype, or over the telephone. It is MP3 recorded, and I'll help you come up with a plan to get back on the path of Serious Joy, or to knock your Serious Joy out of the park. That's available at soulmart.me, and you can book immediately. In other words, get me in a day or two. And my Jumpstart the Heart seminars are launching up. These are 90-minute seminars that happen on Saturday or Sunday, so check the dates, where in that time I will help you step in your heart. This is a workshop environment. It works with a few other people, and it's very effective. People walk away reinvigorated, so give it a try. Lightcast Bootcamp is my class that will go from after Labor Day, 6 weeks, toward Halloween, towards your birthday. This is a powerful class that will help you manifest something you've been trying to manifest. So if you are stuck somewhere, this class gets you unstuck. Come on down for the details at soulmart.me. And if you want to just come on down for free and be a part of a studio audience, I take my Guided Hangouts Practical Wizardry class every Wednesday at 6 Eastern Time. So come on down. And if you do miss it, no worries. It's taped and it's released every Saturn day. All my products and services are available at soulmart.me, and I want to remind you they do keep me on the air and keep these horoscopes free for you. All right, Scorpios and Scorp Risings, that's all I have for the officers. I'll see you in 7 days. Good luck with the career, and live, love, be.